Keyshawn ready, but a ball right in the shooting pocket.
7-7 game on the three by Gilbert. And now at the other end, Kansas. Harris has it on the right wing against Lipsey. It's a fun matchup to watch. Now Mayo, left side. Into traffic he goes. Staying in front of him is Gilbert. Here's a pass to Adams. Knocked away and taken away by Jefferson. Cyclones turn him over again. Here comes Lipsey up the left side. Hesitation moving to drive. Tried to find Jackson, threw it away.
Nice job by Badunga.
And Adams racing the other way. In on Jefferson. Banked the shot too hard, but drew a foul on Joshua. And there's one of those live ball turnovers that puts the pressure on the defense.
Yeah. Good job by Taman getting in and going under the basket. And had an open man, but boy, a nice job. I think it was Flory Badunga. Got a hand on, deflected that pass. And then KJ Adams, a guy who can run the floor, showed his ability in transition.
2 shots for Adams. With the game tied at 7.
He's made himself a good free throw shooter. 78% this year.
Knocks down the first to give Kansas the lead. Demarion Watson into the Cyclone lineup for Jefferson. One more free throw for KJ Adams. And he got the bounce on the second. It's 9-7 Kansas. Full court pressure from the Jayhawks after the made free throw. Gilbert to try to handle it against Harris. Drives all the way into the paint, all the way in, and scores it.
And a great screen at the back end of that play by Deshaun Jackson to take away any possibility of help defense.
9-9, and now Adams driving. Got under the bucket, kicked it out. Ball reversal. Harris has it right side. Cut off by Watson. Good defensive movement. Now Mayo into a double team. Kicks it back out. Left corner three by Griffin. In and out, no. And Jackson rebounds again for Iowa State. Cyclones a 9-9 game here. Here's Gilbert to pull up three in transition. Missing. With the rebound, knocked free. Watson struggles for it. Tries to get it. Does. And now Gilbert lobs underneath to Jackson, and he's fouled. Great work by the Cyclones, especially Demarion Watson right there, getting the offensive glass.
Demarion making an impact. Yeah, once again, Iowa State misses the three, but aggressiveness on the offensive glass, something that was not there Saturday, has really been here today. So 2 shots coming.
And that's the second foul on Ryland Griffin. Free throws for Jackson, and he rattles out the first.
Dickinson back in, A.J. Storr, and David Coit. 3 new players. One of the things about this KU team, with KJ Adams scores 3 more points, they'll have 7 players that have scored 1,000 points in Division I basketball in their careers.
Jackson made the second free throw. 9-8, Iowa State leads it. 13:42 to go in this first half. 10-9 Cyclones. Here's Coit into the front court. Shoveling it out high to Storr. Right side to Dickinson. Waits for cutters. Jackson challenging him. Dickinson picks up his dribble. Goes to Harris way out left. He'll put it on the floor, get into the paint. Bounce it out to Coit. Shot fake. No, another shot fake and a pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. Harris to the left corner to Storr. Covered up. He fired a contested 3 and hit it. Gilbert was right in his face, and A.J. Storr knocked it down. Yeah, 12-10 Kansas.
Storr just 26% from 3.
You live with that, boy.
Yeah, Iowa State really defended that well, but just a better shot.
12-10, Kansas in front. Here's Gilbert. Off to Lipsey, back to Keyshawn. To the right side with a dribble. Storr gives him a little space. Now Jackson out to collect it. Hands off on the come around to Jones. Back to Jackson. Spins to the bucket, and his shot denied by Badunga. And it's cleared by Coit. And here comes Kansas, leading at 12-10. Harris off to Coit, right side, shot fake. Jones covers up. Now Dickinson collects it at the right elbow. Dickinson against some traffic, goes left wing to Storr. 3 more on the way. Around and out. And another rebound for Deshaun Jackson.
Now that's 6 here.
Wow.
We haven't played 8 minutes yet.
Cyclones trail 12-10. 12:20 remaining in the first half. Here's Lipsey driving all the way in. Drew some contact, nothing called. The ball loose. Badunga up with it. Outlet comes to Harris, and he runs and had it knocked away by Watson, but it's cleared by Storr, and he lays it in. The putback by Storr makes it 14-10 Kansas.
A lot of contact on that drive, but I think they ruled he was straight up.
Dickinson, challenging Lipsey. 14-10 Jayhawks. Here's Gilbert to the right side. Lean in jumper, no. Rebound, Paducah knocked away by Watson. Cleared by Jackson. Takes it in on Dickinson. Couldn't get it. But Gilbert rebounds and draws a foul on Paducah. That's all effort.
The effort from Iowa State right now has been fantastic, especially on offense. Their execution maybe not 100%, but boy, they're making up for it as Iowa State now with how many? 6 offensive rebounds in this game.
And Keyshawn Gilbert headed to the free throw line, but first a break. 11:44 to go first half. It's 14-10. Kansas leads. Let's take the break on the Cyclone Network from Learfield. Glacier Graphics and Signs provides big signs, bold graphics, and beautiful results for Cyclone athletics around Jack Trice Stadium, Hilton Coliseum, and the Stark Performance Center. Glacier Graphics and Signs helps you build your brand through the use of high-impact graphics, signage, and video displays designed specifically to tell your story and grow your business in a big way. That's Glacier Graphics and Signs, the preferred graphics and signage provider of Iowa State athletics. Visit them online at glacier.com to see how they can bring your big ideas to life. Key Cooperative is proud to support Iowa State basketball. Like us, the game has been around for over a century, and like us, it's evolved over time. Key Co-op is transforming agriculture by tailoring technology to the farm. We help growers solve problems, mitigate risk, and optimize crop production, as well as improve efficiencies and soil health. It's a slam dunk. Agriculture is evolving, and so are we. Visit keycoop.com to see how. Go Cyclones.
Make your yields a slam dunk this year. Win big with biological solutions from Nexstar Crop Performance. Whether you're trying to improve nutrient release from your stover or accelerate residue breakdown from your cover crops, we've got you covered. Maximize nutrient release in your field with Spray Point Ground Zero and unleash the full potential of your organic matter this spring. Play to your crop's full potential and win big with Nexstar Crop Performance. Visit nexstarag.com for more info.
Welcome back to the Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield first half. Iowa State's 4-16 from the floor, but just trailing 14-10 with 11:44 to go in the half.
Yeah, a couple 3-pointers by the Jayhawks, and Iowa State just 1 of 7 beyond the arc. But it's been the 6 offensive rebounds that have led to 5 second-chance points. That's half of Iowa State's points. And you know what? You don't get those in this game, and you are really staring at a big deficit and climbing uphill. But now just down 4 points. And Cyclones will be shooting a pair of free throws when play resumes. Pioneer boosts your yields by combining industry-leading R&D with rigorous local testing. At Pioneer, what's next happens here.
Kansas has yet to get an offensive rebound. They're 5 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3. Latham High-Tech Seeds, Stellar Industries, the Iowa Clinic, and Premier Chevy dealers are raising money for every free throw made by the Cyclones. Proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society and Coaches vs. Cancer. Latham High-Tech Seeds, Stellar Industries, the Iowa Clinic, and the Premier Chevy dealers are cheering on the Cyclones from the free throw line and helping to raise cancer awareness across the state.
Well, here we are at the under 12 timeout in the first half, and one good trend. Iowa State's only committed 1 turnover. Now, they've only forced 2. Unfortunately, that was a live ball turnover that led to a bucket, but still, just 1 turnover against a KU team that has been really good defensively, one of their better defensive teams this year.
Chatfield back in there. He's out there along with Jefferson and Watson, Curtis Jones, and Keyshawn Gilbert, and it'll be Keyshawn going to the free throw line to shoot 2. And his first one rims out.
Yeah.
Iowa State 1 for 3 at the line so far. 14-10, Kansas leads it. Second free throw, Gilbert short.
Wow.
And the rebound to Storr. So Iowa State just 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
Gonna have to knock those down.
Into the lineup is Shaquille Moore. He's got the dribble out high for Kansas. They lead it by 4. Coyd out to collect it, left wing. Off to Storr. Defended by Curtis Jones. Dribbles into traffic, had it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll belong to Kansas.
Yeah, Storr just took that into 3 players. And about any of the 3 could have blocked it.
And did. 11:25 to go.
Yeah, I don't know if they split that block or not.
11:25 to go in this first half. 14-10 Kansas. Inbound, it comes to Bidunga. And now Dickinson on the right wing, waiting for cutters. Throws it out high to Moore. Moore against Demarion Watson. Dribbling to the left of the lane. Couldn't get a shot off. Shot clock violation.
Just unaware of the shot clock situation.
Demarion really did a great job, and he has done a great job already in this game of being active on both ends of the floor.
You know, and done a really good job, no matter, I mean, because he can guard so many different positions, he's a guy you can really switch.
Wouldn't hurt to start making some shots here.
Yeah, for it.
Jefferson out high, top of the circle. Finds Gilbert left wing. Keyshawn putting it on the floor, kicks it out to Chatfield. He'll hand off to Kurt Jones. Kurt got the defender on his hip, lean-in jumper, rimming, good. First basket for Kurt Jones, it's 14-12.
Got the man on his hip, got into the paint, and able to finesse it around Hunter Dickinson.
Moore has it for Kansas. They lead it by 2. Off to Storr on the right wing. Down low Dickinson, hooks a pass out to Coit. Over to Moore for a 3, and he got it. Shaquille Moore buries the 3. And Kansas leads it 17-12.
Just his 7th made 3 of the year. Counts just the same.
Jefferson top of the circle against Bidunga. Drives it right into the paint. Kicked it back out. Watson left corner stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. Jefferson got caught up in the air and made a bad pass, and Demarion had, I don't know who they give that turn. They give it to Jefferson. That's the guilty party on that one. Iowa State gets Nate Heise in.
Along with Jackson returning and Lipsy.
KJ Adams back in. And Zeke Mayo.
17-12, Kansas the lead in the ball as we approach the midway point of the first half. Here's Adams on a pass to Dickinson, low left. Double team comes, he throws across court. Reversal, Harris, a shot fake and a drive, lean-in jumper good. First bucket for DeJuan Harris. It's 19-12, Kansas.
Able to get the cross-court pass, the ball reversal, and broke the defense down.
Gilbert trying to drive it left, cut off by Adams. Now leaves it for Jackson, off to Lipsy on the left side. Cyclones down by 7. Gilbert left side. Bounces it to Jefferson, knocked away. He was being grabbed by Zeke Mayo and a foul call. Zeke Mayo commits the foul. That's the 4th team foul on Kansas. And Iowa State will inbound. And Curtis Jones is going to return.
Yeah, just the first foul on Mayo.
Jones in for Gilbert. 9:32 remaining in the half. Cyclones down 7. Curtis Jones will throw it in.
Cyclones 5 of 17 from the field.
And it comes to Lipsy on the right wing. Taman on the dribble against Adams. Off to the right side. Heise, he'll put it on the floor. Heise finds Jackson at the free throw line. Lean in shot, around and out. Rebound tipped out. Jackson has it again. Another offensive rebound. Out to Kurt Jones. Kurt to the right wing with it. Defended by Mayo. Gets it to Jefferson. He drives and got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. And that foul's going to be on DeJuan Harris.
Another offensive rebound, though, by Deshaun Jackson. He has 7 rebounds in the game. And 4 of those are on offense.
19-12, Kansas leads it. 2 free throws for Joshua Jefferson. And he missed the first.
Iowa State 1 of 5 at the free throw line. Man, that's not how you're going to get it done.
Not in this place. 19-12, Kansas. 1 more free throw for Jefferson. And his second try is good.
Okay.
19-13 now.
Yeah, Cyclones left 4 points. Down 6, left 4 points at the free throw line. But they are getting there.
Yes, that's a good sign. 16 fouls now on Kansas. Mayo throws it off to Adams. Quick pass underneath to Dickinson, covered up. And knocked free by Heise. And cleared by Lipsy. Cyclones force another turnover. Now try to run off of it. Lipsy had it taken away, but Jackson gets
to keep. KJ had a chance at it, but falling to his backside, he couldn't quite corral it. Hand off at the top finds Heise. 10 to shoot for the Clones as they collect on the left wing. Jefferson in trouble. KJ walling up on him. Jefferson barreling down low, spins, shoots, misses. Rebound Mayo of KU. Here comes Kansas. Zeke behind the back, launches. He hit it. Zeke Mayo from way downtown. The back over behind the back and a three-point dagger for Zeke.
That's what Zeke brings to the table right there. He can hit from anywhere on the court. That is considered a great shot when it's by Zeke Mayo. 22-13. Kansas with its biggest lead. Backdoor cut to Lipsy. Collects and scores. A.J. Storr just had his back to Lipsy. Did not see the ball. Got to be able to see ball and man.
Dickinson, can he hit a three? No, he's just 21% on the year. They tap it out to Zeke, though. He'll drive, had it blocked. Rebound Dickinson, right back up and in. Hunter Dickinson sticking with it. And there's a second chance bucket for Kansas.
Not sure what happened. Zeke looked like he had a layup. I don't know if it got blocked or he just missed it, but Hunter's there to clean it up.
24-15 KU. Heisey at the top, guarded by Zeke. He'll try to post up with Jackson. He faces up on Hunt. Now looking to back down. Clears some space with a left forearm. Now turns over his right shoulder. Misses with a left-hand hook. Rebound Kansas. Up the floor, A.J. Lost the handle on the layup and blew the bunny. DeJuan set him up, but it slipped out of A.J.'s hand. And KU gives 2 points away, and A.J.'s coming out of this game. Lipsy misses on a floater. Rebound pinballs about, and it's going to be KU ball. Last touched by Jones.
Wow, how about that swing right there? Had a dunk. Would have seen A.J. Storr show his athleticism. Would have had a timeout by Iowa State. Instead, Kansas does get it after the miss. Up 9 here at the under 8 timeout.
Boy, A.J. Storr, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. He gives you the big three, and then, as you said, didn't turn around on defense. I looked over to Coach Self. He had both hands on his temples in frustration, and then they throw ahead to A.J. for an easy deuce, but not so easy with a Cyclone pounding him with that ball, and he had it slip from his grasp, and just immediately Bill Self says, Ryland, get in for Storr.
But he's giving us good minutes.
Yeah.
I got 5 points, and it didn't hurt us on the other end. Listen up, Jayhawk fans. On game days, stop by Wendy's and buy 1 Baconator and get a second Baconator for just $1. Let's all cheer for bacon big plays all season long. Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics.
You get what I'm saying, though. In a 4-month process of earning trust with the head coach, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. You hope it keeps going on an uptick for a guy we both really like, A.J. Storr. 24-15, Kansas in front, 6:45 to go in the first half on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. 1 pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just 1 pill can kill.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
At the University of Kansas, we take inspiration from our home state. All that blue sky, all those boundless horizons give KU researchers room to tackle big challenges, like restoring native ecosystems, creating powerful new cancer treatments, preventing cyber attacks, working toward a cure for Alzheimer's disease, and developing energy-efficient technologies for Kansas and beyond.
Hi, this is Travis Rutherford, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
The Jayhawks continue to scorch the nets, shooting at 50% while holding Iowa State to just 26%. They miss Momcilovic, certainly, but this is a much better team offensively than what we're seeing tonight. They average 83 a game. Tell me about the Kansas defensive effort that's really put these Clones in a blender.
I think we got great awareness. We're playing team defense. The only thing that I would say is a knock right now is on the defensive glass. We're allowing Iowa State to get 8 of their 17 misses back, and got to do a better job on that. But you got to like playing from out front. You got to like the intensity, the energy, and the awareness more than anything. Anything they're getting, they're really having to work for. Zeke's, wow, they just about left Zeke wide open out of that timeout.
Mayo across the paint, pulls up, misses short, rebound inside Flory, and he's fouled from behind.
That whole possession, Iowa State had no idea where Zeke Mayo was. He got the ball, drove all the way to the middle, and missed a 2-footer, but Flory right there to clean it up. It was almost like they weren't ready.
So Bidunga goes to the stripe, where Flory is improving of late, 62% now on the year. Southpaw, shoots, and swish. Originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, he moved to Kokomo, Indiana when he was just 15, prior to his sophomore year in high school. Won the Indiana Gatorade Player of the Year twice. Misses the second, rebound Iowa State. 10-point KU lead, that is their biggest. Lipsy handing off to Gilbert.
Got to keep the pressure on.
Zeke guarding him, Hawks man-to-man. The throw off to Jones at the elbow. He's looked out of sorts tonight. Just 1 of 4 is Jones. He had 20 in the first half, in the first meeting. Shot clock at 5. He launches a deep 3, misses with a bad brick. Rebound Zeke Mayo of Kansas, and Jones is 1 for 5. Mayo dribbles out to the right wing, hands off to Rylan Griffin. He slips, somehow keeps his dribble. Backdoor cut Mayo, off the Flory. He pump fakes, shoots, misses wildly. Rebound on the deck, Flory's got it. Bidunga wildly back up with it, and this time draws contact and a foul.
Wildly is right. He had nowhere to go, got bailed out on the foul. Kansas gets the loose ball after a wild possession, and he'll go right back to the line where he just went 1 of 2.
So Bidunga, who the fans were chanting for just 3 minutes into the game, thus far has delivered 1 big rejection, 3 rebounds, 2 on the offensive end, and now 2 missed free throws as this one misses with a thud.
And the fans' excitement about Flory kind of works both ways. There's, he hears it, and he wants to go in there and do things and prove the fans right, and pressing a little bit right now.
It certainly is pressure when you have a chant like that almost never happens at the start of the game. Second free throw good, so he's now 2 for 4 from the stripe. The KU lead is 11. And as you said and I echoed, it's more about usage, number of minutes, not the start necessarily. And keep an eye on how many opportunities he gets tonight. Gilbert, shot fakes on a 3, kicks out to Jones. He fakes, back to Gilbert in the corner, Lipsy for 3, misses. And DeJuan Harris has the board. KU dodges a bullet there. Lipsy normally hits that when left unguarded.
Yeah, right now they're just struggling beyond the arc. They're getting good looks.
26-15, Kansas in front.
Got a mismatch down low.
Lob it into Flory. He pivots, puts it down low, nearly lost it. Now he does. There's a scrum for the ball. KJ diving on it. And it will be Iowa State ball on the tie-up. But another setback for Flory in the post is it teach the big fellas, keep it up high. Don't let the little guys vulture it if you bring it down low.
And it's one thing to say that's a freshman, but Hunter did it a couple possessions ago.
Yep.
Got to be. Now, Hunter was 10 feet away or so from the basket, decided to dribble, and big guys got to learn. That's what the little guys just salivate over. They want you to put it on the ground.
Especially with this team's guards. They're so good, maybe the best guard trio in the league. Thankfully, though, Iowa State's on a 3-minute scoring drought. Lipsy hands back to Jones. All these players slipping and sliding on the court a bit tonight. Inside Jefferson, he's pushed to the ground by Flory. No foul call. They throw out. It's going to be a 3 from Gilbert. Misses. Offensive rebound. Jefferson misses a bunny. Misses again. A third tip for Watson won't go. And this time KU's got it. Up the floor, Griffin for three. No, he missed it, side iron. Rylan Griffin, despite the start, has opened 0 for 4 from downtown. Gilbert, all out of sorts, lost the ball, but somehow gets it back and passes back to Lipsy. Are you seeing what I'm seeing with the slipping and sliding?
It does seem like something's going on with the floor.
Particularly for Iowa State. The Nike shoes don't like this Adidas court or this FNBO court. Inside, Jones gets around his man, misses the layup though as he got by Zeke. He was too far under the basket. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Kansas. It'll stay with Iowa State.
We're on a 4+ minute scoring drought by Iowa State, but Kansas hasn't got that 12 to 15 to 17 point lead. Got open looks. Rylan just missed that one. We're up by 11. Beggars can't be choosers, but could be a lot more.
And you're saying this because on Waco's Saturday game at Baylor,
could have been a lot more than 19 at half.
Exactly. Bill said that with you in the post game, and in hindsight, you kind of wished you would have had a 25-point cushion.
Yeah, because Iowa State is not going to shoot 21% in the second half. BMW of Topeka is offering to send you and a guest to the first-round games of the tournament wherever Kansas plays. This offer includes game tickets, travel expenses, hotel accommodations, and a $500 Visa gift card. Visit kuathletics.com/drive to the tournament to enter for a chance to win.
Iowa State shoots 49% as a team, and yet they are 6 of 29 here tonight. 26-15, Kansas in front. 3:50 to go here in the first half. LMH Health is your partner for lifelong health. Learn more at lmh.org. Hawks by 11. 3:50 to go in the half on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
On D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving and when you're going from point A to B. I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving and when you're going from point A to B. I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is, this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.350 to go here in the first half. 26-15 Kansas. The Jayhawk defense right now forcing 9 straight misses by Iowa State, plummeting their field goal percentage to 20.7%. Still 4 minutes to go in the half break, but if this holds up, this will be far and away their worst shooting half of the season. Their previous worst shooting half, Saturday versus K-State, but that was 27% in the second half. Right now, they're barely north of 20%.
And they only scored 61 points at home against a K-State team that is much better than their record. I know a lot of people are surprised at that outcome. I think we can put us in that camp as well. But the way they lost, 19 at home. So something right now, it was a tough week for them. They lost that crazy game in Tucson on Monday night about midnight. That got over. Talking to their guys, they got home about 5 o'clock in the morning. Could not have been an enjoyable plane ride home. But it definitely takes a toll on you, as we know, when you get back that late.
And all this without Momcilovic, who's nearing a return but still out again tonight. 26-15. Kansas leading Iowa State. Jefferson trying to back down on KJ. He's cut off. Swings out to Jackson. He pummels his way inside. Shot misses off the glass. A good contest by Hunter Dickinson. Rebound Dickinson of Kansas.
Yeah, Hunter doesn't wow you with his athleticism, but he knows that he's 7'2". He walls up, makes about the 6'9" Jackson shoot over his arms, and he just missed it.
KJ trying to get around Jefferson, flings ahead to Hunt. Left hand layup, good! And the foul. A chance at 3 for Hunter Dickinson.
You want to know why you want KJ Adams on the floor? Right there. He drew the defense, made the right pass. That's not saying 4. He can't do that. But the senior leader, KJ Adams, off that screen. Perfect delivery. And the and one for Hunt.
And that's the second assist tonight, going from KJ to Hunt with perfect timing and execution on the entry pass. Free throw, though, misses short, not close.
And he's been good from the free throw line. Unfortunately, missed a big front end in Baylor, at Baylor this past weekend, and that kind of opened up the floodgates.
That was his 70th attempt of the year. He had been shooting 80% exactly. 28-15 Kansas. Iowa State mired in a scoring drought of 5+ minutes. Jones trying to drive on A.J. Storr. Cut off. Down to 4 seconds. Lipsy's got to make magic happen. In the corner, Gilbert. Will they get off a shot? I don't think he did. It's in, but they're going to look at it. I think it was still in his hand, Greg. They've not put it up on the board yet, and they're going to go straight to the monitor and take a look. What did you see?
Well, with the naked eye, I kind of thought he got it off, but great thing is they do allow for a review. They stop play, gets a timeout for both teams, and we have yet to see a replay.
Wow, okay.
Well, we're looking at our
It's truly a matter of fingertips.
Look at our little 8-inch monitor.
I think it's still on the tips of his fingers.
I don't think it's going to count.
Crowd is telling the officials no basket. Let's see if they agree.
There you go. And it was by, like you said, a fingernail still in his hand. So the scoring drought continues. On our little monitor, it says current trends 1 of 11. They got to fix that. Exactly. 1 of their last 11. That is 0 of their last 11.
And the scoring drought continues. Now 5 minutes and 16 seconds without a point for Iowa State. KU's up the lead a little bit to 13. And again, we don't want to sound greedy. You just know what these clones are capable of.
It's okay to be greedy, Brian.
Here's a steal for Iowa State. Zeke thrown to the ground, and they're going to get a dunk. He lost the ball. He was starting to go down, but then he was chucked on his back, hit the ground hard, and the crowd booing these officials. KJ inside Hunt, turned down a shot to kick it out. Storr for 3. Bingo! A.J. Storr from the wing, and KU goes up 14.
What a great possession. Got it down low, skipped to the corner. Diggy makes the extra pass. A.J. with his second 3.
31-17 Kansas. Gilbert trying to drive on Zeke. Cut off. He jump stops. He pivots. And a banker is good. Wow.
Not much Zeke can do there. Good defense beat by better offense.
Excellent athleticism by Gilbert. KU's lead is 12. 1:40 to go in the half. Dickinson nearly threw it away. Gilbert got a piece of it, but A.J. Storr tracks it down in front of the timeline. KJ steps through, throws up a wild one that misses, but a foul is called.
I think they're going to call it on the floor. But KJ with his penetration forces the defense to react, gets the foul. That's only the 5th team foul on Iowa State.
First on Gilbert.
But after struggling to score, they get the bucket after the turnover by Zeke, and then Gilbert made a nice play earlier on the last possession. But Kansas up 12 with the ball. Got to make sure you get into that. Take this 12-point lead and make it 15 or 16 going in the locker room.
DeJuan Harris returns, plays it into Dickinson out front. Tries to hook a pass, but it's tipped and taken away. Gilbert on the steal. Dickinson, though, gets a hand in, knocks it loose. DeJuan dives on the floor, slides for the steal. Here's a lob, a two-hand jammer. David Coit on the feed. KJ on the flush. All set up by the slip and slide of DeJuan Harris.
Gilbert didn't get on the ground. DeJuan did. Ran about 20 feet to get it. That's what seniors do. That play will be our play of the game. I can tell you right now, Diggy Coit beyond half court throws it up to KJ. Just what this crowd needed. Hawks by 14.
What a sequence. 4 players touched it, starting with Hunter Dickinson getting that big paw in there to knock it loose.
And he threw it just over the out. Lipsy was so close to deflecting it. It's a game of inches. KJ gets the dunk, and this crowd is hyped.
Good for KJ, good for DeJuan. Couple of guys that struggled at times in the second half in Waco, but what a sequence right there out of the pair of seniors.
Well, I just talked about how you want to expand on this lead. You got the turnover by Hunter, and looked like they were going to get another layup. Hunter got a hand on Gilbert. He didn't jump down and get the ball, didn't go on the ground. Our guy did. And those are the little things that win you ball games, even though we're 19 minutes into the first half.
33-19 Kansas. 1:08 to go before halftime. Lipsy to Gilbert out top. Looking to drive on DeJuan. DeJuan poking at the ball. There's that fly in the ointment. They spin and kick back to Lipsy for three. Misses off the side of the backboard. Rebound Kansas and Harris. Here come the Hawks.
There's a confidence stroke. Bill Self's going to get his use it or lose it right now at 48.8. Opportunity for a 2-for-1, but Lipsy got a good look in the corner and just hit the top left-hand corner of the backboard, and they are now 1 of 11 beyond the arc.
And the guys that are missing them, Greg, these shooting numbers are abysmal from all Big 12 caliber players. Lipsy, as I told you, was an honorable mention All-American last year, first team All-League. He's 1 of 7 and 0 for 4 from 3. Jones, 1 of 6, 0 for 3 from 3. Those two stars have combined for 2 of 13.
And it was a big story in the first game. They were 8 of 13 beyond the arc. Jones was so good in that first half. They were getting a bunch of looks off of their pressure. We'd turn it over, and Jones would hit a 3 in transition. So we're not turning the ball over nearly as much, doing a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. That's limiting their easy looks.
And the other one, though, not a guard, Josh Jefferson, 1 of 6. He had a double-double, 10 and 12 in the first meeting.
Well, if Saturday taught you anything, get this lead up as big as you can, hold it for as long as you can, because you know this Cyclone team is coming. But love the energy right now by this Kansas team and this crowd. Look for Kansas to get something up pretty early in this possession.
Get it into Harris, guarded tightly by Lipsy. Now Diggy Coit, back to DeJuan. Harris splits 2 defenders, up and under, and looked like it was going to be a turnover, but a late whistle from Kip Kissinger puts a foul on the Clone.
Yeah, DeJuan did his best Frank Mason body seeking, got in there, and when he missed the shot, he barely got it off, went about 2 feet off the ground, but they're going to give him 2 shots, so you're making an aggressive play.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, honestly, if it was a shot or a pass, but they give him credit for a shooting motion going upward. So he gets 2 free throws, the first of which is good. And that was important because that was only the 6th team foul. If they don't say shooting foul, well, your chance at a 2-for-1 is gone.
You know, defense for offense right now is Shaquille Moore checks in for Diggy, so he'll get the assignment probably on Jones or Gilbert as DeJuan knocks them both down.
There's a confident stroke for Harris, who had been 8 of his last 19 going back to the first meeting in Ames.
Yeah, that's when the free fall really started. At that point, he was an 86% free throw shooter, went 1 of 6 in that game. Now a reset here with about 40 on the clock. Kansas does have a foul to give. Don't really want to give that to set the shot clock, reset it, so get a stop and get the last look.
35-19 Kansas. Harris guarding Gilbert out front. Keyshawn Gilbert has been their lone spark here, as he's 4 of 7 with 9 points to lead the way for a Cyclone team at only 19. Their worst shooting half of the season. Gilbert, they switch defensively. Storr picks him up. Now KJ, they kick it out. Lipsy, blocked by Moore. KU's got it. Harris with the carom. Up the floor, KJ steps through, muscles up, and he's blocked. Chatfield with the block. A desperation heave by Gilbert. Nearly goes Caleb Love style, but that one misses on a bank.
You know, KJ got the ball. Plenty of time. Shaq was over in one corner. We had a shooter, Zeke in the other, I think, but he thought he might get a call. They didn't get it. But bottom line is Kansas goes into the locker room up 16-35-19.
And I'll tell you what, for everybody that was questioned in the last 48 hours individually, they all had little contributions, and the way those contributions fit together, no greater example than the sliding steal of Harris after the poke by Dickinson, the alley-oop of 45 feet from Coit to KJ Adams. They may not be jumping off the stat sheet with huge individual numbers, but the guys that needed a good night tonight are contributing in little collective ways that are adding to an overall bigger positive for the team.
I know our fan base, kind of like our society, they want big, flashy plays. They want the crossover. They want the dunk. They want the block. But winning plays still matter. And KJ makes winning plays. DeJuan makes winning plays. And that's why they're on the floor. There's a role for everyone. You just got to figure out where you fit.
Half-court shot for a little prize going on here at halftime from Starry. Just missed. That was the you just heard. Well, you said there's a role for everyone. Your role will be player of the half and first half stats. That's next on our halftime show with KU in front, 35-19 on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The Kansas Jayhawks are proud to partner with the Drive to Zero Coalition, who invites you to join Jayhawk fans with a plan. It's simple. If you're going to be drinking, hop on SafeRock, use your favorite rideshare app, or plan ahead for your designated driver. True Blue Jayhawks don't drink and drive. Together, KU fans with a plan can prevent serious crash injuries and fatalities. This message is brought to you by the Kansas Department of Transportation and all the victims of impaired driving crashes. It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high, legends are created, school pride hangs in the balance, memories that last a lifetime will be made, because each game is the most important game in history, at least until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.
20 minutes of Jayhawk basketball are in the books. Welcome to the Halftime Show on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield. The Halftime Show is brought to you by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Athletics, together with LMH Health, the Kansas Department of Insurance, reminding you to have a game plan before you invest. Help is available at smartinvestks.com, and by the Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. The Halftime Show begins now.
Welcome back to Allen Fieldhouse as the Jayhawks on top of the Iowa State Cyclones 35-19. Top of the hour, we owe you a station break. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network. Take a look at the stats right now. Iowa State got us tied Kansas 21 rebounds each, but 11 offensive rebounds. Their 19 points were helped with 6 of those on second chance points. Seem like a lot more. Do a better job on the defensive glass. This is a 20, 25-point game. So look for that as a big key in the second half, knowing that Iowa State's going to shoot the ball better. They go 8 of 34 field goal percentage, 23.5%. That number will go up. So got to understand that, and obviously got to defend against complacency. We saw it on Saturday at Baylor. I don't know if we were complacent or they were just better, but whatever it was, it didn't work. Time to pick our Old Dominion Freight Line first half player of the game. I'm going to go with A.J. Storr. Played 11 minutes, 3 for 6 from the field, made a couple of threes, ended up with 8 points and a plus-minus of 14. Confidence boost for A.J. Love seeing him do well offensively. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion is the official freight line of Kansas Athletics. Your score at the half, Kansas 35, Iowa State 19. We'll be back on the halftime show with a recap and highlights from the first half. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NCAAM and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Allen Fieldhouse. We're at the half with Kansas leading 35-19 on Iowa State. The Jayhawks using a terrific first half offensively at 48% and an even better first half defensively, holding Iowa State to 23.5%, their worst shooting half of the entire season. Let's bring you some first half highlights as part of our Bud Light recap. Bud Light is a proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Zeke Mayo got us going early with a 3-ball to give Kansas a 5-2 lead. Adams driving inside, bumped offline. Zeke fakes on a 3, now he pulls, now he hits! Zeke Mayo from the left wing, and KU surges in front. Then Hunter Dickinson with a big jam inside off a nice feed. Zeke inside Hunt, two-hand jammer! What a feed for Mayo! The shot fake, the send-in, and the big fella throwing it down. It was one of those passes where Zeke's eyes were clearly on the rim, and in the same motion he would go up to shoot it, he instead passed it. He really sold the fake well. Then A.J. Storr with the shot clock dripping down had to make something happen, and boy did he ever from downtown. DeJuan bounces out to Diggy, fakes on a 3, kicks to Harris, 6 to shoot, throws in the corner, Storr's in trouble, gets one off, and drills it! A.J. Storr with a big-time bucket from the left corner. Then Storr again, this time on the break. And he knocks Lipsy to the ground. KU's got the ball. Harris inside. Throws backwards. Layup good. A.J. Storr on the finish. And Wando on that feed. Then Shaquille Moore, not starting for the first time in 10 games, made his presence felt with a late clock three-pointer. Dickinson out to point. Left side. Moore for 3. Got it. Shaquille Moore Store from the wing, and KU back up 5. Zeke Mayo then would do what Zeke does best, the deep, deep three balls. This one, not quite from Eudora, but another excellent shot from distance. Here comes Kansas. Zeke behind the back, launches, he hit it! Zeke Mayo from way downtown. The back over behind the back, and a three-point dagger for Zeke. Mayo ultimately in that first half with the 2 threes you've already heard, finished with 6 points, second only to Dickinson and Store with 8 apiece. How about another A.J. Store highlight? Let's skip ahead. He had a 3 late in the half. Here's how it sounded to put the Hawks up 14. KJ inside Hunt, turned down a shot to kick it out. Store for 3. Bingo! A.J. Store from the wing, and KU goes up 14. And then maybe the play of the year. Everybody had a hand in it. 4 guys touch it, and ultimately KJ Adams with career point .999. Tries to hook a pass, but it's tipped and taken away. Gilbert on the steal. Dickinson, though, gets a hand in. Knocks it loose. DeWant dives on the floor. Slides for the steal. Here's a lob. A two-hand jammer. David Coit on the feed. KJ on the flush. All set up by the slip and slide of DeWant Harris. What a job. 4 players combining on that one. KU leads at the break 35-19 on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
Hey Jayhawk fans, Coach Self here. When I prepare for a game, I always do my homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Department of Insurance. Smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com.
No matter your level of play, LMH Health and Ortho Kansas provide championship care to all members of the Lawrence community and beyond. Our experts in sports medicine and orthopedic care have partnered on the field with athletes for more than 45 years, providing innovative treatments and therapies for athletes of all ages. Call us at 785-843-9125 or visit lmh.org/orthokansas to learn more. LMH Health, a partner for lifelong health.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Allen Fieldhouse. Moments ago, our Greg Gurley had a chance to catch up with Norm Roberts, the Kansas assistant that had the scouting report on Iowa State. Here's their conversation.
Here with assistant coach Norm Roberts. Got to love the energy coming out after the quick flip after Saturday. Got to love the intensity.
Yeah, guys did a great job. We really fed off the crowd. The crowd was awesome and everything. We got to loose balls. We got to rebound the ball better. We didn't rebound the ball worth the flip.
Another big lead at half. What was the message at halftime?
You got to come out with the same intensity, same energy. Play like you're 10 points down, 15 points down. You got to play like this sense of urgency.
All right, thanks, Norm.
Greg Gurley with Norm Roberts. KU leads at 35-19. The worst shooting half of the season for Iowa State. Also the worst scoring half of the season for Iowa State. Tremendous job. It's the lowest Kansas opponent point total in a half against an AP top 10 team since at least 2013-2014. That's as far back as they had time to look. So it's one thing to hold a team below 20. It's another to hold a top 10 team below 20, especially one that averages 83 a game on nearly 50% shooting. Tremendous half defensively. But just as we said in Waco on Saturday, you got to expect Iowa State to heat up to some degrees. Keep the pressure on, keep the lead built up strong, and take this thing to the finish line.
And, I talked post-game with you on Saturday. I know it sounds crazy to say it, but we lost that Baylor game in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half when we gave them hope. We didn't take a 19-point lead and turn it into 25. In 3 minutes, it was a 19-point lead that turned into 8, and then they had hope, and they just rolled from there.
See if Kansas can keep the pressure on. Up 16 to start the half, and they have the ball. KJ, a lob inside to Juan. Wide open layup, good. A roll reversal. This time KJ feeding it into Harris.
Exactly the way they started the game. Didn't get a bucket on the first possession. They worked at that at shoot-around today. Don't always see that tight of a backdoor cut, but KJ and Dewan on the same page.
Iowa State passing ahead to Jefferson, who tried to muscle up and drew contact and a foul on Hunter Dickinson. The first foul of the second half comes just 31 seconds in.
A little more purposeful by Iowa State. They just kind of ran around the perimeter, didn't do a whole lot offensively. That time Jefferson set the screen and went kind of a rim run straight down the lane. And so watch TJ, great adjuster. He's going to change the way they run their offense.
How bad was their shooting in the first half? They were even missing free throws to the tune of 2 for 6 for a 75% shooting free throw team. First free throw here in the second half is good, though, from Jefferson, the St. Mary's transfer, who was honorable mention All West Coast Conference a year ago. He hits the pair, cuts it back to a 16-point ball game, the margin at the half. Mayo throws across the midcourt stripe to KJ Adams, who brings it up the rest of the way for Kansas. Hawks weaving around the perimeter. Griffin drawing the start to the second half as he did the first. Hunter spins on his man, throws a wild shot off the side of the rim. It was meant to be a pass. KU comes up with the carom. Inside KJ, muscles up, puts it in, and there's 1,000 points for KJ Adams.
Love to see that. What a crazy possession. Ball went off the rim. And still able to eventually get a bucket.
That's when you know it's your night, when everything, including that, bounces your way. Inside, wide open is Jackson. Somebody missed the defensive rotation.
Well, Hunter was kind of cheating, think he was going to double team, and good quick pass and another easy bucket for Iowa State.
He thought a help defender would slide over to pick up Jackson. It did not. Griffin stumbles, keeps his dribble, throws off to KJ. A little floater, misses short. Rebound Iowa State. Here come the clones. Jones in transition, a 3 misses. It was altered from behind and then knocked out of bounds by Kansas. By the way, back to KJ. Now 1,001 career points. It means Kansas has 7 players on its roster with 1,000 career points. That ties Kentucky, Ole Miss, and Minnesota for the most nationally in rostered 1,000-point scorers.
And that's not going to be uncommon as we move forward in the transfer portal, but still pretty cool stat.
Lob ahead, Jefferson backing down on Hunt, kicks it out to Lipsy. Hawks leading by 16. Lipsy, an unguarded 16-footer, misses. Jefferson tips it to himself. Second chance opportunity, misses. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Griffin, or was it a clone? Kip Kissinger says KU ball.
We couldn't tell. There were so many bodies down there, but once again, what's keeping Iowa State in this game is the offensive glass. Dodged a bullet there where they didn't get the putback, but had about 4 opportunities to get it.
They have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, believe it or not. Part of that is how well Kansas has shot it. Not as many misses to collect on that end of the floor. Mayo driving right baseline, kicks it out to Griffin in the corner. Harris fakes on a three. He'll drive, float, shoot, miss, but he's fouled, and free throws coming for DeJuan Harris.
A little more aggressive play by DeJuan. Don't see him very often drive that baseline and challenge a big fella. That's the second time now. At the end of the half he did that, and that time went right into the body of Jackson.
Harris with an arm sleeve on his left elbow, and what Steve Kincaid was describing as kinesiology tape on the right arm. Initially we thought it was on the tricep, but it's kind of on the side of the right arm. First free throw good. The right arm would be his shooting arm.
Good eye, Steve-O. I thought that was a tattoo.
He's got a couple of those as well. Both free throws good. The KU lead is 18. It's just like the sleeve went all the way up. The tattoo sleeve. Lipsy handing off to Jefferson. 41-23 Kansas. They play it into Jackson, trying to get around Hunt, and what's the call? The whistle from behind the play. A foul on Dickinson, who with his palms to the sky says, Kip Kissinger, what did I do?
You know, I talked to some of our coaches today, and after watching the Baylor tape, it's like, they're right. They say, Hunter gets beat up whenever he gets the ball, and then you get a call like that where it's a hand check. So he doesn't get those senior calls.
Second foul on Dickinson. How much does him not getting calls have to do with some of the extracurricular you see at times? Here's a ball fumbled out of bounds and off the knee of Iowa State, they say.
It went right through the legs of Ryland Griffin. I thought it might be off of Ryland. It clearly went off an Iowa State player, but Kansas will get the turnover.
Turnover on Jefferson.
So 3 minutes in, expanded that lead by a couple.
5 Iowa State turnovers. They average 11 a game. Kansas with 7. Mayo dribbling out front. Gilbert poking at the ball. Hawks lead by 18. Zeke steps through, leans in, throws off to KJ. He'll drive, throw up a wild shot that misses badly. Rebound on the deck, and Iowa State's got it.
A big KJ defender, but that was a bad shot.
Jefferson for 3, misses. Strong. Offensive rebound again, though. Gilbert for 3. It misses, and this time Dickinson's got it. Here come the Hawks leading by 18. Griffin to the cup. A two-hand jammer. Up and away goes Ryland Griffin.
Showing his athleticism. There was nothing there. It was just one-on-one. Kind of shot fake. I don't know why Iowa State went for it. There wasn't a Jayhawk on that half of the floor, but he gets the dunk.
Hawks by 20, their biggest lead.
That's how you start a half.
16:05 to go. Gilbert through traffic. Floater misses. Rebound was caught by Griffin, but his heels were out of bounds.
Once again,
stay again with Iowa State.
Once again, we play good first shot defense and cannot corral the rebound. The poor shooting continues for Iowa State as they're now 1 of 7 in this second half.
So the way that works is they just get 20 seconds added to the clock. It's not a turnover for Griffin standing out of bounds. He never fully possessed it. Here's a drive by Gilbert. A wild shot on the run. Misses off the heel. And knocked out of bounds by the Cyclones, they say. It'll be KU ball as we get a timeout on the floor.
And more dead ball rebounds. We've gotten rebounds. So another miss by Iowa State. Kansas will have it going the other way. Good first 4 minutes. Expanded that lead by 4. Hawks by 20. Second half action is brought to you by Merit Trust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics, proudly serving Jayhawk fans and the Lawrence community, federally insured by the NCAA.
15:52 to go, 43-23 Kansas on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver.
and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
15:52 to go. Kansas in front 43-23 on Iowa State. The Cyclones' shooting woes continue. They had one 5.5-minute scoring drought of the first half. Greg, this is now a 3-minute scoring drought of the second half. They are 0 for their last 7 are the Clones. And so TJ Otzelberger, one of the best up-and-coming young coaches in America right now, trying to hit the reset button, trying to do anything he can, because this is 2 bad halves offensively in a row. The second half on Saturday versus K-State, and the first half and change here tonight.
Yeah, and then, you go back a week and it gets even more talked about because of the loss at Arizona. That was a fluke. It makes a 60-footer, but 1 became 2, and now 2 could become 3. And this is a team in Iowa State that was a top 4. They got up to 3.
Yes.
I mean, this was a team that everybody's like, all right, this is a Final Four team. And you get it, losing at Arizona was not a bad thing. Like, they went out there and they could have won it, but they didn't. That's one you look at. The Hilton Magic just didn't happen at home, and that's where K-State much better than their record. But you still would have thought Iowa State would win that one, and especially I didn't see losing by 19. So, soul searching all over this league.
They were 3rd in the polls last week. When we played them the first time, they were ranked 2nd, and that was the highest ranking in school history. KU gets it in. DeJuan Harris to bring it up. Gilbert poking and prodding throughout, but he gets it across the timeline with a second to spare. Gilbert still trying to poke that ball away, but DeJuan doing a great job of protecting. KJ at the top, crosses over. Jefferson knocked it loose for a second, but KJ collects. Zeke slings it inside. Hunt blocked from behind by Jefferson. What an athletic play defensively, and Iowa State comes away with it. Jones, little stop and go, gets all the way inside and lays it in, and KJ slow in getting up.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened that time, but KJ went down really slow getting up. Looks to be okay. Looked like Hunter was going to have a dunk. And we talk about swiping down the ball, but that time Jackson just got a clean block.
Dickinson hands back to Griffin, who's been cold tonight. Off to Hunt, little floater, misses. He kind of juggled on the catch and never really had it clean, and he misses a bunny inside. Hawks by 18, inside Jackson, plows through Mayo. They let him play on. He misses the shot, and then they put a foul on Kansas.
Well, he was inside the restricted area, and there was contact. Waiting to see if the ball goes in. It didn't. That's for the late whistle, but, he wasn't in the restricted area.
I thought he was outside, yeah. So it should have been a charge if anything is called at all. And the crowd reacting to that right now on the replay.
Yeah, I thought he was in the restricted area, clearly outside of it, but they get the call, and Jackson knocks down the first of 2.
Jackson's a well-traveled guy. Started his career at Washington State, flew across the country to play for Charlotte, and now he lands in the heartland in Ames, Iowa. 3rd stop. First free throw, good. Second one, also good. Cyclones were just 2 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half, but 4 for 4 to start this second half. Kansas by 16. It's a 4-0 ISU spurt.
Yeah, big possession here, though. Couple of buckets by Iowa State, a bucket and a free throw. So right back where we started at the beginning of the second half, but got to get something here.
Flory Bidunga is checked in. Zeke Mayo threw an elbow.
Yeah, they're going to call a block. I think they got the block first, and maybe they go because hand or elbow got Lipsy in the cheek.
I don't think they saw it. They're not going to go to the monitor. Both players hit the deck. And Brant Fischilla to my left is going nuts right now that should have been an offensive foul. I saw it the way he did, although he's a little more impassioned with his explanation. Here's Mayo. He'll try a three and rattle it home. Got away with the no foul and throws in a triple.
Yeah, what a turn right there. Could have been Iowa State ball. Instead, Kansas back on top by 19 after the three by Zeke Mayo.
Jones for three. No, misses. His rough night continues. Iowa State rips it away from Flory, but a foul is called.
They've been unreal on the offensive glass. I'm not sure where that foul was, but Kansas will get the benefit of the whistle.
Jefferson ticketed with the foul.
You know, watch that last play. Zeke did a great job reading the screen by Flory. His man went low. He went high. Got all the space that he needed to knock down his third triple.
All 9 of his points coming on 3 balls. 46-27 Kansas. 14:08 to play. Harris throws to Bidunga, top of the circle. Dribbles it left side. Couldn't hand it off to Zeke. Poking the whole time is Watson, and he's whistled for a foul.
Yeah, they've been really physical defensively. Everything's getting challenged, and they're just daring the refs to call it. They're hand checking. They're really pushing, and that's now the 4th team foul on Iowa State. I like the physical play. It's just a question of how they call it.
You know, first half, neither team got the bonus. Second half, we've had 7 whistles in the first 6 minutes. Shot clock at 10 for Harris, and he's bumped offline again, and another foul is called, the 5th now on the Cyclones.
Yeah, they let all that go in the first half. Now hand checks are starting to catch up. Don't look now, but 2 more fouls, and Kansas will be in the bonus.
So we had 11 total whistles in the first 20 minutes. We've had 8 whistles in the first 6 minutes and 9 seconds of the second half.
3 of which have come in the last 2 possessions for Iowa State. So see what Kansas can do under their own basket.
They get it into Dickinson. Hawks leading 46-27. Hunter hands off to Zeke. Zeke dribbling right side, gets downhill, puts up a floater, misses strong. Stick back good though. It missed so poorly that it hit the backboard, no rim, and carried right to Dickinson, who laid it in.
He didn't even leave his feet. Flat-footed, got the rebound and the putback.
And my point is, if it hits rim, he has to jump, but because it was fired over the iron, it was almost like a backboard pass. Here's Gilbert, his shot redirected by Bidunga. Kansas comes away with it with Zeke. Mayo up the floor, a step back 3, no. Tip try by Storr won't go, and Iowa State has the rebound. 48-27 Kansas. Taman Lipsy down the left side. Cut off by Mayo. Curls and kicks it out to Jones. 13 minutes to play. Jackson driving inside. And a whistle and a foul. Both Bidunga and Dickinson in the vicinity, but it's going to be on Hunter, his 3rd. Team's 4th.
Jackson's a tough guy to guard. He's a big, thick, 6'9", 6'10", and just got some weight on him, but he's pretty crafty with the ball. Nice drive there. Drew a little contact.
Mentioned he started his career at Washington State. He was honorable mention all Pac-12 freshman team all the way back in 2021. He rattles this one out, does Jackson. One more coming with the Hawks leading by 21.
KJ Adams checks in as the Hunter goes out with those 3 fouls. Biggie Coit.
Second free throw also misses, in and out, no good. Rebound Kansas. Here come the Jayhawks leading 48-27. Bidunga, a lob. KJ inside, kicks it out. Storr again for 3. No, he missed it. Fought for his own rebound and another whistle.
They got Jackson as Flory didn't get that offensive rebound. He held him down. That'll be the 6th team foul. Had a great look by AJ. Almost missed everything, but dead ball rebound. Kansas will keep it.
6 fouls already on Iowa State. And we're at the 12:40 mark of the second half. They had 6 the entire first half. Bidunga inside, left-hand layup is good. Took it right over the top of Chatfield and lays it up and in.
Kansas starting to build this one out. Continue to increase that lead, now up 23.
50-27 Kansas.
Yeah, Flory saw Chatfield and said, I'm going to go right at him.
There's a spin and a throwaway. A steal for Bidunga. Here comes Kansas. Zeke rifles in the corner to Diggy. Wild pass. He caught it with one arm to keep it from going out of bounds.
You see what Flory did there, though? It looked like he was going to start the fast break, but he'd had a couple turnovers in other games when he dribbled. He pulled it out. Smart play.
KJ tried to throw back to Store, but it was batted out of bounds. And it'll stay with Kansas as Iowa State touched it last. 11:56 to go. Kansas up 23, and Bill Self staring down the barrel at going 38-0 at home on Big Monday.
We haven't talked about that a whole lot. I didn't bring it up to him because he doesn't like those kinds of streaks, but so impressive, an unbelievable number, and get in line, there's a bunch of them.
Last time Kansas lost at home on a Big Monday, Larry Eustace over Roy Williams in 2001.
Wow. 24 years ago. Hey, the Center for Humane Services is a provider of family and child development, disability, and autism services. For more information on how you can support your community, visit chs-mo.org.
And Jayhawk fans, get to Rally House today and shop the latest KU gear, including exclusive styles featuring your favorite Kansas athletes. Shop Rally House in-store and online today. 50-27 Jayhawks. 11:56 to go on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/collegesportsradio24.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Dear winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the Svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Always Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/24.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, everyone. This is Rex Walters, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
Rex Walters on the rejoin. Of course, we had Jared Haas here a week ago. Great to see one of our favorite guys from the Roy Williams era, TJ Pugh, here. Now, TJ is with 2 of his 4 kids tonight. He's got 4 children. They live in the Denver area. He used to work for MD Anderson as a cancer doctor. Awesome guy who's excelled in life after basketball. But Tommy and Mason are his 2 sons he brought here. Mason is the older of the 2. Maybe Mason Pugh, future Jayhawk. Who knows?
I just talked to him at half, and we're going to see him when we go play at Boulder here in a couple weeks. But Jared was here last week, as you mentioned, and it was so good to catch up with him, learn about, everything he dealt with at Stanford, what he's doing in retired life. And we stayed up at my place till about 1 o'clock that night, telling lies about how good we were, and it was a good time. It's good to have him back.
Harris to play it in for David Coits. Diggy had that 45-foot lob to KJ in the first half. He tries to step through here on 2 defenders, and a travel is called by Jeffrey Anderson. So the turnover on Kansas will be their 9th.
Well, that's the second time Iowa State has kind of jammed that ball screen. They trapped Zeke in the first half, turned into a bucket. That time got a turnover by Diggy, but Kansas done a much better job taking care of the basketball here tonight.
50-27. They've nearly doubled up Iowa State. giving him payback for the 17-point win in Ames. There's a block by Flory, but the carom went to Lipsy, who lays it up and in. Crowd loving the shot altering and shot blocking skills of Bidunga. A huge fan favorite, particularly with the students. Harris crossing over out front. Bounce pass behind Storr. Goes out to get it. AJ picks up his dribble between the rings. Left side Diggy. Steps back. Feeds it to KJ. 7 to shoot. Spins. Muscles up. Gets blocked. Hit the deck. Wanted a foul call but didn't get it. Rebound Iowa State. Jefferson plows into Bidunga. Left hand layup good. And here come the Clones. Back to within 19.
They're letting them play. KJ wasn't able to convert it on the other end. They get an easy one, so.
They had been just one of their last 11 had Iowa State, but back-to-back buckets, 50-31, Kansas. Harris splits 2 defenders, lost the handle momentarily, and then knocked out of bounds by Jackson. It'll stay with KU, and Mayo and Dickinson set to return for Kansas. KJ comes off along with Coit.
You see KJ off the bench a little gingerly. Not sure what happened. He's holding that right knee.
Flexing it all the way out and bending it upward.
So 7 on the clock, got to get going.
Harris gets it into Mayo. Hawks by 19, little floater. Air ball. That was curious. Maybe he thought he got hacked on the arm.
Oh, he had a good look.
Up the floor comes Jefferson. Plowing through Bidunga. Jump hook, good. And the Cyclones have cut it to 17.
Little restless here in Allen. See what Kansas can get on this possession.
Harris gets a screen from Dickinson, throws it back to him. Left side, Storr wants a 3. In and out, no good. Stick back though, right up and in. Hunter Dickinson was Johnny on the spot.
Now an offensive rebound for Kansas and put back. AJ got a great look from the corner, but it broke the defense down, allowed Hunter to get that follow.
52-33 Kansas. Jefferson, a leaner, rejected by Bidunga. Then knocked out of bounds by a Cyclone, they say. KU ball, a 3rd block already for Flory.
Jackson and Jefferson, they're kind of slow as they deliberately go to the basket, and Flory was patient, stayed down, got the block, and got his team the ball back after a 6-0 run by Iowa State. Kansas gets the bucket on one end, and then a stop.
And now as the stats update, that's his 4th block. Dickinson has 3 and 1 also for Shaq Moore. 8 blocks already for Kansas. We've got a timeout on the floor. 52-33 Kansas. 9:37 to play on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock Chalk.
Are you thinking about tomorrow? Midco is, and your needs and goals are at the top of our mind. Whether you want to up your internet speed game or end buffering frustration, turn to Midco and turn on a better way to connect. You'll get a partner with a fiber network ready for today and ready to handle anything the future can bring. Go bigger, go higher, go beyond. Midco. Let's go.
The Jayhawks have been lighting up scoreboards. Well, since scoreboards were invented. And Shirley Signs has been lighting up the Midwest and shipping signs nationwide since 1972. With 2 locations, Shirley Signs can help you with any location in Kansas. From channel letters to awnings and everything in between. Multiple locations? No problem. Check out www.shirleysigns.com or call 1-800-779-7446.
.9:37 to go. Kansas dominating Iowa State 52-33. The Cyclones still struggling with the shooting numbers at 26% for the game. The Jayhawk Network is sponsored by Equity Bank, the bank that never forgets it's your money. EquityBank.com.
Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Kansas. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com.
Several other former Jayhawks were just recognized during the timeouts, including Thomas Robinson, one of the all-time greats, whose jersey number 0 hangs in the rafters to our left, just next to Max Falkenstein. We've got another jersey retirement coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm sure Coach Self will talk about that on Hawk Talk on Thursday from Johnny's Tavern West Lawrence, one of 13 area locations. Visit johnnystavern.com to find a location nearest you.
Yeah, another jersey we're trying to get into the mix is Frank Mason. We're trying to do it this year. It's not going to happen, so National Player of the Year. We'll get his jersey up there next year.
See, I was teasing Hawk Talk because most folks would have assumed it was Frank. But now they know it's not, so you're going to have to tune in to find out for sure.
Oh, is that what you said?
Thursday night.
I wasn't listening.
52-33, Kansas in front. 9:30 to go. Harris in trouble in the backcourt. Tried for a timeout. They didn't give it to him. Harris coughs it up, and the Cyclones lay it up and in with Lipsy.
He looked right at the ref and tried to call a timeout. They didn't give it to him.
So instead, it's a live ball turnover and 2 points for the Clones.
That's now the third turnover that Iowa State has forced with a double team.
Kansas has 3 timeouts. They gladly would have taken that. But instead, ISU scores. Harris across the baseline. Lost the handle, turned it over. Here comes Iowa State. Gilbert up the floor. Shot on the run, misses. Prayer not answered. Rebound Dickinson. Up the floor, Harris. Harris inside. Left hand layup, good. DeJuan Harris stuck with it and gets the lay-in for Kansas.
That 4-point swing right there. Looked like Iowa State was going to get a layup. Instead, they miss, and DeJuan hits him quick in transition.
Deep 3 from Jefferson, misses badly to the left and all the way out of bounds on the long rebound. It'll be KU ball. Cyclones tonight are 1 of 17 from downtown. They normally shoot at 35%, and yes, Momcilovic is their best at 44%. He's not here, I get it, but they've been playing without him for 3 weeks.
Right, yeah, this is uncommon, and looks like they're going to get him back in the next couple weeks. And he is a big part of their offense and starting to catch up with them a little bit right now without having him out on the floor.
3 straight losses, 4 or 5 potentially if they lose tonight. Floater by Harris, rattles in. Front iron, backboard, and down. And DeJuan Harris into double figures here tonight. He's got 12.
Some tired legs for Iowa State, just walking the ball up. Cut it to 17, and then back-to-back buckets by DeJuan. Build that back up to a 21-point lead.
Back-to-back 12-point games for Harris.
And here they are again. They have not had the ball inside the three-point line with 8 on the clock.
Lipsy, a deep 3, drilled.
It didn't matter. Lipsy steps up and knocks down their second of the night, now 2 of 18.
56-38. Kansas in front. 7:35 to go. Dickinson dribbling right side. Hands back to Zeke Mayo. Zeke lost the dribble for a second, has to kick it back. Shot clock leading 8. Harris to Dickinson. In the corner, Ryland for 3. He got it! Ryland Griffin from the corner, and the KU lead balloons to 21.
Backdoor cut by DeJuan, broke him down, gets it to the big fella in the middle, cross-court pass. And now they're starting to get hot as Iowa State and Jones knocks down back-to-back threes. Jones and Lipsy.
He had been 0 for 5 from 3. Mayo from 18 missed it short. Rebound Iowa State. 59-41 Kansas. 6:52 to go. Lipsy trying to get around KJ. Cut off. Good job shuffling his feet by Adams. Jackson facing up on Dickinson. Now tries to back in. Goes up and under and scores. Cyclones not going down without a fight. They pulled it within 16 where we sat at the half. Shaquille Moore will check in at the next dead ball. 59-43. Griffin being hounded. Throws out to KJ. Lobs over the top to Zeke. fakes on a three. He'll drive, float, shoot, and score. Zeke Mayo on the move. 2 more for Zeke, and the KU lead is 18.
And Zeke's such a creative scorer, able to hit that floater. A couple more stops.
Lipsy on a blow-by, gets around Harris and lays it up and in. And Self will take a timeout, which will also give us a timeout on the floor. We were 2 minutes overdue for the under 8 media timeout, and as you pointed out, there were some tired legs on both sides.
Yeah, tired legs by Iowa State, but hit back-to-back threes, and that time broke Kansas down, and Lipsy got the bucket. TJ calls the timeout. Right back where we started, up 16, but Iowa State now made 4 of their last 4 field goals. TV is showing Craig Counsell,
Cubs manager. Of course, Matt Quatrero's been here for a couple of games. Kansas City Royals manager, who they just had their big Royals Fan Fest experience over the weekend. Baseball season right around the corner. Let's take the timeout. 61-45 Kansas, 5:54 to play on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Tammy Peterman, president of the Kansas City Division of the University of Kansas Health System. We are proud the University of Kansas Hospital is still the best hospital in Kansas and Kansas City, according to U.S. News and World Report, the only hospital to ever receive this recognition. We are also the only hospital in the region to have any medical and surgical adult specialties ranked among the top 50 nationwide, with 6 nationally ranked specialties. Now and always, we are here for you. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com/stillthebest.
And now an important message from our coaches' wives.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis,
988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support.
You'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors
who will listen to your concerns and connect you to additional resources if needed.
There is hope.
You are not alone.
For 24/7 non-judgmental support,
call, text, or chat 988.
At Dillon's, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Dillon's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey Jayhawk fans, this is 2008 national champion Cole Aldrich, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
61-45 Kansas, 5:54 to play. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas are proud to be the trusted choice of more Kansans than anyone else. Shop Blue Kansas. Visit bcbsks.com today.
And the unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first.
Interestingly enough, they actually gave TJ Otzelberger that timeout, not Bill Self. I think both coaches were trying to call one as there were some really tired players on both sides, but because Iowa State takes the timeout,
and it was on
they're down to 1.
It was on their end of the floor. I think Bill was outside the coaching box about to call one. So reset. Kansas with 3 timeouts. Iowa State with only 1. Coming from behind, down 16. A little bit of run by Iowa State. Couple threes, couple buckets at the rim. They're starting to get a little more free-flowing offense. And luckily for Kansas, over the last couple minutes, you had the bucket by Zeke Mayo and the 3 by Rylan Griffin. Shaq Moore comes in. No Dewan on the floor.
Moore had a big first half 3 and a nice rejection defensively as well. This one's battered into the backcourt, and they say it was not touched by a Cyclone. I actually agree. I think Shaq's own hand hit it backwards. So it's an over and back call, backcourt violation on Moore.
Yeah, and that's going to be a quick hook for Shaq Moore. He checks in for, 8 seconds?
And in looking at the replay, that was the right call. Now, it was Iowa State poking at him that forced his own hand to hit it backwards, but he was claiming a Cyclone hand knocked it into the backcourt. 61-45, Harris immediately checks right back in. Jones dribbles out, stumbles, keeps his dribble, leans in on KJ, who walls up strong.
They're not going to get it off.
And they won't get off a shot indeed. 30 great seconds of defense for Kansas.
And that's KJ just walling up. Jones tried to get into his body, and KJ didn't allow it. His back was to the basket, and nobody saw the clock. So after the turnover by Shaq, defense picks him up.
They get it into DeJuan Harris, who's now number 2 all-time in Big 12 history in assists. 4 of them tonight for Harris. 160 back of Aaron Miles' school record. They're working around the perimeter. Mayo steps through, pulls up from 12, misses short, rebound KJ. Now Zeke wants a 3. This time he hits. Zeke Mayo, oh so comfortable from downtown.
Ball bounces KJ's way. Doesn't try to do too much. Finds Zeke Mayo after the miss.
And would you go so far as to agree 25-footers are easier than 12-footers for him? Here's a turning shot that's good by Gilbert. And ISU back on the board, 64-47 Kansas. Mayo, stop and go from 3, hands off to KJ left side. Jefferson poking at the ball the whole way as Adams dribbles it out toward the top. Ryland trying to get some separation. And tight ropes the baseline. Did he step out of bounds? He did. 12th KU turnover will give it back to Zeke Mayo. It really does feel like the three-pointers are more of a comfort zone.
Well, when you're wide open, yes. You know, when you're taking one dribble in, there's more defense on you, and you're kind of leaning a little bit. So there's definitely some truth to it. The more wide open you are, the easier it looks, even if it's from 22.
Gilbert rejected by Dickinson, his 4th block of the ball game. KU having a block party here tonight with 9 of them. 64-47 Kansas, 4 minutes to play. Zeke had it stripped going up.
No, he just lost it out of bounds. No complaints by Zeke.
And Bill Self yells, why? So KU gives it back.
Situational basketball, time and score. You got time on your side. You got a big lead. Don't need to have turnovers like that.
64-47 Kansas. In the corner, Gilbert for 3, misses, long rebound on the deck, KJ fighting for it, Iowa State comes up with it, and a whistle, and they may get KJ with a foul. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a foul on Kansas. I think KJ got the wide open 3, they miss it, and Kansas once again unable to get the rebound. It's nice to play from out front, 3:38 to go, the Hawks by 17.
KU lost by 17 up in Ames. 3 weeks later, they lead by 17 down in Lawrence, and very similar scores. It was 74-57 up there. Right now, 64-47 down here. Looking for a job? Have you considered one in the oil and natural gas industry? They're currently paying their highest wages in history. Find out more at kansasstrong.com. 3:38 to play. 64-47 Jayhawks on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
How's business?
Good. Are you up to speed with the new beneficial ownership reporting requirements?
Sort of. What's it about?
It's a new initiative to help fight crimes like money laundering, fraud, and drug trafficking. A lot of small businesses like ours just have to report some basic info to the federal government about the real people behind them.
Reporting your company's beneficial ownership information is quick, secure, and free. And it helps protect U.S. national security. Learn more at fincen.gov/BOI.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager, victim to fake pills bought from social media. This doesn't seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. So listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Yes! I finally got my first phone!
It is exciting. Let's learn a few things about online safety first.
We can secure our world. Online security depends on you and me. Install updates, make better passwords. Think before you click, use multiple factors. That's how we can secure our world.
Learn more at CISA.gov/secure our world.
3:38 to play here in Lawrence. What's the difference between Saturday and tonight? Well, they led by 19 at the break in Waco and then got outscored by 30 in the second half. They led by 16 at the break tonight, and they've actually built on that lead by a point. So we still have closing time, and that's upon us right now. It's been a bugaboo the last 2 losses for Kansas. Let's see if they can finish much stronger here this evening.
Yeah, just need a good couple minutes. Get out of here with the win. Understand that got to defend your home court. Done a nice job of that tonight. Opportunity on Saturday to get back in the win column on the road against a team that's playing some really good basketball right now on a 3-game winning streak and coming off their biggest win of the year in Ames, Iowa.
64-47. Kansas leading. Iowa State trying to drive on KJ. Jefferson cut off. He now backs down, leans in, and draws contact and foul. Second on Adams.
Yeah, veteran play by Jefferson. KJ stayed with them for 95% of that possession. That last shot fake, he went forward and clear contact.
KJ's done a great job on Jefferson in walling up and using his physical presence. Of course, it was the Iowa State game where Adams injured the shoulder and separated that shoulder. It's nice to have him closer to 100%. First free throw good for Jefferson. Second one also good on a pure swish. Jefferson is built like a football player. His dad played in the NFL, and his brothers played at USC in Arkansas in football. 64-49, Kansas in front, 3:15 to go. KJ collects a pass on the right wing. They're working around the perimeter. Inside now, Dickinson hands back to Harris, floats, fires. Zeke fakes on a 3, dribbles inside, steps back, launches, and hits. Zeke Mayo again. A 5th 3-ball falls for Mayo.
Little James Harden in him, just stepped back, made another 3. Got a couple in the first half, but he's been great here in the second.
Jefferson may have gotten away with a walk, dragging his pivot foot. KJ signaling it should have been a walk.
But KJ stayed right there. Walk or not, he walled up, made him take a tough one, and now Kansas can run a little clock.
Shot missed, of course. Rebound Kansas, and here come the Jayhawks with 2:30 to play, leading by 18. Mayo, a kicked ball by Gilbert. And we get a substitution here for Iowa State. Jefferson hobbling to the sideline a bit. Lipsy coming off. It feels a little bit like a white flag. Maybe the last we see of those two guys. 2:22 to go. 67-49 Kansas. DeJuan Harris to play it in. Griffin in the corner. The kick out to Dickinson. Quieter game for Hunt tonight. 12 points, 9 rebounds. See if they can get him one more board. Harris fakes on the screen, rolls inside, up and under, blocked from behind. Jackson came down with it, and a reach and a foul on Harris, they said. So Jackson will march to the other end and perhaps shoot a 1-and-1. We're at the top of the hour. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball. Jackson to shoot a 1-and-1, as that was the 7th team foul on Kansas, second on DeJuan. He misses the front end, rebounds Zeke Mayo. Mayo with a nice line tonight, the 17 points, and now 7 boards to go along with. He played against Iowa State in the NCAA tournament a year ago with South Dakota State and scored 19 that time. 17 in Ames and 17 tonight. He's had 3 good games against him. This will be his first win. Dickinson, a jump hook through traffic that missed. Rebound underneath to Heisey of Iowa State. Gilbert up the floor, passes ahead to Jackson, dumps down, and a block, a denial, and then a late whistle as that time Watson rolls around on the ground in pain. Dickinson thought for sure he blocked it clean that time, and it would have been his 5th block of the ball game. But instead they call a foul on Kansas and free throws if Watson is able to stay in the game and shoot them. He is in a ton of pain right now.
right on his tailbone, and looked like a clean block up top, but the violent fall probably got that call.
Bill Self has yet to really go to the bench here with less than 90 seconds to go. As it stands, Bidunga with 15 minutes played tonight. A.J. Storr, a nice spark at times off the bench, but didn't have to dip too much into the bench this evening. No Raquise Passmore for a second straight game. Free throw good by Watson. David Coit, just 9 minutes off the bench this evening. Ryland Griffin's been out there in a starting role. Second free throw, also good. 2 pure swishes. 16-point ball game, 1:29 to play. Zeke will bring it up. Met at the timeline by Jones. Crosses over twice, leans in, dumps down. Hunt gets it to fall. Senior to senior, and Dickinson with the soft southpaw floater.
Yeah, they were pressuring. They were just kind of going to run some clock out when they pressured. Zeke just penetrated and made the easy play.
3 assists now for Mayo. 1 minute to play. Watson inside, kicks back to Jackson. 69-51 Kansas. Deep 3 launch by the Cyclones, and a foul on Harris of Indrusitis. So Noyes Indrusitis is going to get 3 free throws as that foul came about 24 feet from the bucket. Rock Chalk chant picking up. You love to hear that. Bill Self's about to go to 23-3 in Allen Fieldhouse when playing teams ranked higher than KU. And the 3 on the end of that, the third one just happened versus Houston a little more than a week ago.
38 Big Monday wins in a row, which is nuts. There's both 2 of the 3 free throws missed so far.
One more coming for a young man who's just a 57% foul shooter.
I'm glad you didn't have me say his name.
Indrusitis. Noyes Indrusitis. Hits the third. Goes 1 for 3. 69-52. An extended Rock Chalk chant tonight. Will the walk-ons get in? Mayo dribbling out front. Screen comes from Harris. They'll have to shoot it one more time, will Kansas.
Probably just take the...
Zeke with a dribbling exhibition. Splits 2 defenders. Dumps down to Hunt. Left-hand floater misses. Rebound Iowa State. Bill Self tells his guys to back off. Shot clock turned off. Jones will try a 3 over Griffin that misses. Rebound Mayo, and that should do it. Just got to get it across midcourt, and he can dribble out the clock from there. The final 5 seconds run off the clock, and you can rock. Chalk it up. The Jayhawks win. An astounding 38-0 for Bill Self at home on Big Monday. Once again, Self delivers.
3 in a row for Iowa State. Kansas back on top after dropping 1 against Baylor. A must-win situation. Came out with energy, played from out front, went into the locker room up 16, ended up gaining on that by 1 point in the second half. But that's what you try to do when you have a lead. Just win the second half. They did exactly that and get out of here with the victory. Got a day off probably tomorrow, then an opportunity to go back on the road in the Sunflower Showdown in Manhattan, Kansas. But right now, we need to celebrate this one. This is a good basketball team. Just a couple weeks ago was a top 5 team, and they've fallen on tough times just like we have. It's all about how you deal with adversity, and tonight, Kansas was better at it than Iowa State.
Jayhawks now lead 190-69 in the all-time series, and now 58-10 in Allen Fieldhouse. 69-52 the final score. KU wins it. Our post-game coverage brought to you by Kansas Insurance comes your way next on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high, legends are created, school pride hangs in the balance, memories that last a lifetime will be made, because each game is the most important game in history, at least until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You've been listening to live play-by-play coverage of Kansas Jayhawk basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas athletics, together with LMH Health. Delta Dental of Kansas. Unleash your smile power. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com. The Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. Kansas's 988 hotline. A suicide and crisis lifeline. Call 988. And by Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas athletics. The Kansas Insurance postgame show is next as our coverage continues on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear winner, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the Svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Always Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/24.
LMH Health is pleased to announce that the Ortho Kansas team has earned another clinical milestone, the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval for Advanced Total Hip and Knee Replacement Certification. The certification recognizes the highest standards of care during a total hip and total knee replacement, and LMH is one of 2 Kansas hospitals to earn this honor. Get to know the Ortho Kansas team by visiting lmh.org/Ortho Kansas. Ready to schedule an appointment? Give them a call at 785-843-9125. LMH Health, a partner for lifelong health.
Looking to elevate your next event? Introducing Uplift Coffee's new catering services. Perfect for company events, family get-togethers, or whatever event you're planning. Treat your guests to your choice of specialty coffee and non-coffee drinks, delicious food options, and in-house pastries straight from our own bakery. Pickup and delivery options available. Visit upliftcoffeeshop.com to place your catering order today.
This is Brian Haney with a message from the Kansas Drive to Zero Coalition. Wherever you plan to watch or listen to this week's game, if you're drinking, have a plan to arrive and return home safely. We are proud to partner with the Kansas Drive to Zero Coalition. Plan ahead to designate a sober driver, hop on Safe Rock, or use your favorite rideshare app. Together, Jayhawk fans with a plan can prevent serious injuries and fatalities caused by impaired drivers. True Blue Jayhawks don't drink and drive.
BMW of Topeka wants you to join the Jayhawks as they drive to the tournament. BMW of Topeka and Kansas Athletics are offering to send you and a guest to the first round games of the tournament at Kansas's location. Jayhawk tournament basketball, travel expenses, hotel accommodations, and a $500 Visa gift card. Visit kuathletics.com/drive to the tournament to enter for a chance to win. BMW of Topeka, 3030 South Kansas Avenue, proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics.
Welcome to the Kansas Insurance postgame show on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield, presented by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas athletics, together with LMH Health, by Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas athletics, and by Kansas Insurance. For all your farm, business, home, and auto insurance needs across the state, call an agent with Kansas Insurance.
Welcome back to Allen Fieldhouse. The Kansas Jayhawks victorious here tonight, 69-52. The Jayhawks with the win are now 38-0 at home on Big Mondays under Bill Self. Absolutely dominant. And you think about how many of those Big Mondays were big-time matchups. They always seem to find a way. Coach Self all smiles as he makes his way over to the ESPN cameras. Great to see Brad Garlinghouse here tonight as well. Big KU booster, one of the more generous guys we've got in our fan base and alumni
fellow
base.
Topekanan.
That's right. Love my Top City native. Well, let's bring you some player of the game analysis from Greg Gurley. 69-52 KU wins. One of those great total team wins where a lot of guys had a hand in it. You had to pick just one. Who would you turn to?
Great question. I think I'm going to go with Zeke Mayo, my first half player of the game. Steve and I were trying to figure it out. We went with A.J. Storr, didn't do much in the second, so I think you go with Zeke Mayo. I mean, 17 points, 5 of 6 beyond the arc, and when you're making three balls like that, it's the great equalizer, and it's the also, you know, when they shoot, they don't shoot it very well. They go 3 of 21, made a couple late. At one point, they were 1 of 17, and difference in the ball game. You know, they did a nice job on the glass, but we were able to be efficient beyond the arc, made our free throws, and once again, it was defensive end. We did a nice job. Iowa State played with some tired legs. You know, it's always tough going on the road after a Saturday game, especially after one you lost, and then you throw in this building. And so Kansas took full advantage of that, kept the pressure on, never gave them any glimmer of hope, and Zeke Mayo with some of those threes is why he is our player of the game.
I like the pick. I love the defense. And you know when Bill Self is smiling this big like he is right now on the post-game ESPN interview, you probably did well on the defensive end of the floor. You hold them to 31% shooting, their worst half offensively all year, their worst game offensively all year, and they had stretches of 5.5 without a point, 4 minutes without a point, and then no field goals for the last 4:40. 3 different barren desert-type stretches for the ISU offense.
Yeah, that was the key right there. It was our defense, their tired legs. You know, you go out and you score 69 points, not a ton of points in a game, but when you hold somebody to 52 with that type of firepower, it's all defense.
KU wins at 69-52 on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe